Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ethan, and today we're going to have another great show. Of course, this is going to be part one, and today we're going to be we're going to go in depth with a few characters today, as well as we're also going to do a cool ranking. And you know what? I thought maybe I can bring somebody new. So I have here somebody who has been in the podcast once before and has come back. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yep, I am Rick. Just welcome, happy to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. Now, for those of you who don't know my father, Rick, me and him did an episode where we talked about Ultron. That was really cool. I loved that episode. The it was the top most heard episode in Roster United.
Oh well, I guess I need to be on a little bit more. Than
You do, you really
the
do.
Fans are clamoring for more Rick.
Oh, they want more Ricky. Yeah, they really do.
Who's your daddy?
That is 100% correct. And hey, after that, it kind of umped. The followers have kind of umped after that. You know what I mean? But
So
anyway,
how much do I get for appearance fees and stuff?
oh well, I need to set that up still. I need to set that up.
I guess
still.
a percentage of zero is still zero.
Exactly. Huh? Yeah. Exactly. Well, yes, it's us again, and we're gonna do a cool little show here. And thankfully, my dad will also be in the next few shows. Since we have time and we have the glorious moment together and doing it. It's been really fun just to be here talking about Marvel United, and I know a lot of you, like to hear this podcast, and I'm very excited and very happy for those who are listening and for those who are following the podcast. I'm very excited. Anyway, so let's go in depth here with a few more characters today. We're going to be doing Elektra as well as Punisher. Elektra and Punisher. Now this is some two cool heroes. And let's start with Elektra. What do you say? Alrighty, so Elektra here has 4 moves, 8 hits. Oh my god, 1 heroic and 3 wilds. So let's just take a quick little sec here. And can you give me your opinion about this? 4 moves, 8 hits, 1 heroic, and 3 wilds.
Well, obviously she's really it's important as a hitter. With the 8 hits, the 4 moves aren't bad. It can get you around the map a little bit.
Yep.
She's definitely not a heroic. But sometimes I always say it kind of leans to where the chits fall, if you would, right? Because sometimes that can be really bad. Sometimes that's okay because I played a lot of games where the villain's just not putting out a lot of civvies out there, right? And so having the hits, so you can always do hits. It seems like a lot of times.
Yes, and interesting point, like you said there about the 4 moves. It's not good. Especially for what she has. Let me put it like this: 4 moves is good, especially for what Elektra does. The 8 hits. I've seen Drax. We've seen other big hitters, and we'll see soon Punisher as well. And they don't have 4 moves. Actually, they have less. They have 2, 3 moves. So having that extra move is really valuable. I really like that, and of course,
you obviously want to pair her up with someone who can do some moves and heroics.
Yes,
but I think she might be a good late game character.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is you can save some of those move hit combos that she has on her cards.
Yes,
but her superpowers kind of lean into that, right? She's got ninja training, so you can keep her next to the villain. Try and get her back to where she does a hit, but she can play that ninja training where she doesn't take damage. So she can sit there with the villain, hope he doesn't move, and then take a pounding, but it's just not going to hurt her at the end of the game.
Yes, 100%. And yeah, ninja training is a nice one. That is one of the abilities Elektra has, which is 2 hits, or you cannot take any damage until beginning of your next turn. I really like that. It gives you a good choice of what to do. She also has Master Assassin, which just says deal 2 hits.
On top of what the card
on
itself
top of
says,
what the
right?
card says, yes, which would usually be another hit, if I'm correct.
Yeah. And then she's got Sai again. I think that's a late game. If you got it late game, she can be next to the villain. If the villain moves a space and she can't move, she can still do damage in each location adjacent to her. So
yeah,
she's got an opportunity there to really do some smashing.
Yes, and I really like that adjacent location hitters, because a few days ago we were playing I was Yandu and we were playing, right, remember, against Hela, and Yandu had that cool adjacent he has lots of adjacent hitting, and that really worked well against Hela, and just hitting, because sometimes you can't really move, which is the case for Electra. Sometimes you can't get there, but with those adjacent locations, well, you can get there, so I just really like that aspect. And Electra, she's a big hitter. She really is. Even her abilities are great, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's probably not the strongest character in the box.
No.
But she's she's got her mode. You just got to partner up with the right thing, and that's what Marvel United's all about. It's about teamwork.
Yes, exactly right. And like you said before, teaming her up with a move heroic kind of character, that would be perfect for her. And just one little quick thing. She also has 4 2-symbol cards. As for those of you who don't know or for those of you who don't know 2-symbol cards, well, they're basically cards that have 2 symbols on them, and those are very important in the game because it lets yourself and one of your teammates after you to do more actions in the game. So it really helps. And Electra has 4 2-symbol cards, which is below average. The average of 2-symbol cards is 5. So she has 4, which is pretty bad. But I don't really know. I don't really know.
She's kind of a one-trick pony.
She really is. Yeah.
So she is what she is. She's an average character, probably not one of the worst, but definitely not one of the best.
No, she's kind of in that C tier, just kind of in the middle of the bunch, I would say. All right, well, we paired Electra here with the next character because this next character is a big hitter as well. And, well, let's see if this next character is even better than Electra. All righty? By the way, I thought Electra was really good. I don't know about you. I mean, not really good, but I mean, like, just
okay.
Good. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the next character, Punisher. Now, here are Punisher's stats. It is 3 moves, 6 hits, 2 heroics, and 3 wilds. So, any comments there on the stats here?
Well, I think Punisher's story doesn't really come in his stats. I mean, when you look at that, it looks like he's just a middle of the road. Do a little bit of everything. 3 moves is not great. 6 hits, not great. 2 heroics, not great.
No.
None of those are great. But, Punisher's just a cool character in the comics. He's not super powered.
Yes.
He's just a crazy good, supposedly righteous hitman type guy. And you really see what he does. Where Punisher is unique is in his superpower cards, I think.
Yes, and before we go to the abilities, because those are the best part about Punisher, just a comment here. I like Punisher's 6 hits with his 3 moves. Not as good as, well, maybe it's.
I mean, Electra's got 8 hits and 4 moves.
4 moves.
It's really all about the abilities.
Yeah, so the abilities there. Punisher does have an extra heroic compared to Electra, which is not good. 2 heroics is horrible. It's bad. It's horrible, but at least it's 1 more than what Electra can do. And so yeah, I don't know. I love this character, and I'll tell you why, because we're gonna go to the.
It's like saying you like banana pudding. If you like banana pudding, take out the bananas, right?
Yeah,
that's not banana pudding. That's why you can't talk about Punisher without talking about the ability.
Exactly.
Because that's what makes him, 1, it's where the juice or the meat of his character's at. But 2, it's what makes him the Punisher in the game.
Exactly.
Because his abilities are what give the flavor to the character.
Exactly. And you'll know what we're talking about right now. He has 3 abilities. They're all different, all incredible. And here they are. He has the first one is called Special Ops Training, which is you can move to any location and deal two hits there. Any comment on that?
Well, again, I think that's just it's powerful. I like to look at things like some of these characters. You look at them in the light of just how they play, but then you look at them again. What I call late game. You've undone your first two missions. You're doing you're getting ready to do the attack the villain. Well, now Punisher can go where the villain's at.
Oh yeah,
and hit him every time. So again, I think that's just real powerful in a two-player game. Mm-hmm. That's even more powerful because the villain doesn't have as much damage, doesn't have as much health to take down. Now you can basically go anywhere on the board where that villain's at and hit two. But it's also powerful early game. If you've got something that's going to overflow, he can jump there, take care of it if it's the right combo. If there's bad guys there versus cities. So, it's a real powerful. It makes up for his crappy symbol count on his cards.
It really does, because if you think about it, moving Punisher to the opposite side, that's 3 spaces, right? So that basically adds to a max of 3 spaces plus the 2 hits. So I just really like that. I like to move to any location. It's a great ability. I've seen lots of characters that, like, for example, Wasp, right? Move to any location. I like that. But I like Punisher's better because he can have that extra juice, that extra cherry on top with the 2 hits. I really like that.
So the other ability he's got here, Ethan, is heavy firepower. Deal 2 hits in any location and deal 1 hit in both adjacent ones. What do you think of that?
Oh my goodness gracious. This guy is insane. Well, I love this ability. Because you can literally hit 3 locations opposite to yourself, right? Or if you want to. Deal 2 hits in any location. That's great. Plus the deal 1 hit in that adjacent location. That's fantastic. That's 4 hits total that you're dealing there. And you're
anywhere you want almost, right? Yeah. You've got to get to the adjacent ones. Yeah, you're basically can hit anywhere.
Exactly. And I just think, man, that is super powerful. When I first played Punisher, I saw that ability. I blinked twice. I'm like, there's no way this is real, because it's like amazing.
He's all about the abilities.
He really
is. The bananas in the pudding.
Yes,
it just really is, right? Because his cards are so weak, but you just think about what this gives him for control of the board. Mm-hmm. Cleaning up locations, hitting the villain no matter where they're at. It's just really powerful that way.
Yeah, and and like you just said, right, cleaning house, cleaning those thugs away. That's very important in the game, to clear thugs, and Punisher can do that. But not just that, he can even deal damage to the villain if you're in that stage as well, right? At least 1 or 2 damage.
Yeah, well, and if you think about it, it kind of makes him. It's interesting. It kind of makes him a decent guy to pair up with, right? So if you got other players that aren't movers as much, but maybe they've got more movement than Punisher, but they're good at heroics, or they're good on hits on their cards.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't necessarily need to be moved all the time.
No.
He can leverage those other moves on those other cards, but you get late game, you don't have as much movement, you have these abilities around. Well, you can kind of not need to move Punisher too much or worry about him having to move as much. He can still do some damage in the right spots.
Exactly, right? And you are absolutely right. It's just amazing. That's really it. That's probably one of the best abilities in the game, in my opinion. I really like that. Now, for some reason, I messed something up. I don't really know the title of this one, this next ability, but I do know what the ability is. It's deal 4 hits against a single enemy. Damage you deal this turn can't be canceled or reduced. Opinions?
Well, again, it speaks for itself. You have that late game. Is that, to clarify that for me, is that against any enemy? So enemy. It doesn't matter where that enemy is.
Well, no. I think you have to be in that location.
Okay.
I think you have to be in that location.
That's a game ender right there.
That really is.
That can take, a villain that's super close to the end. That just, boom, 4 shots.
Yes.
Not too many players, too many characters can do 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely a hitter. I mean, he's a 4 damage. He's not mobile, but his attacks are mobile.
Yes.
So he doesn't move, but his abilities, you don't need him to move. He can get them off anywhere in the game.
Exactly.
So in some ways, that's more powerful than a move, because if you only have 1 or 2 moves and that, the person you're trying to get to, the location or the villain, is on the other side of the board, you ain't getting there.
No.
But he can get there.
But
that's what the Punisher does in the comics, right? He can get you no matter where you're hiding. He can get you.
Exactly. And, just to comment there on the deal 4 hits against a single enemy, I like that ability. Like you said, it's an end game, or, end game. See what I did there? Anyway, but basically, you end the game right there with that ability. But the problem with that is to a single enemy. If that's your first card, you can't deal 4 damage to a thug. I mean, you can if you want to, but you are wasting the other 3 hits.
Yeah, that's a minion or villain attack.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And if I got that in my hand and I can hold it till late game, I'm probably saving that sucker for that. You can't waste it. It's definitely got limited use, but if you can use it, you're putting that villain down.
Oh, 100%.
2-3 player game, 8 to 12 health. You're knocking out 4 with 1 shot. That's pretty tough.
I like that. Yes, that's really tough character. And for those of you who want to know who is probably the best matchup for Punisher, I would probably say Kingpin, because almost all of his stats are, not stats, threat cards. Almost all of his threat cards are minions. So Punisher can really take out lots of minions, especially if you have that swipe 1 card from your hand with 1 face up in the storyline, which is a location action at the end of your turn. That is really beneficial for Punisher, getting those abilities back there.
You get that, or you get heavy firepower. You're pulling that back. It's almost. I mean, that makes him tough.
Yeah, it really does.
And you're playing in matches with that ability in play. That's pretty tough.
Oh yeah, 100%. So Punisher.
Plus the model looks cool.
The model look cool.
Just looks awesome.
I mean, he has a big stinking gun right there.
He just looks like the Punisher.
He does.
It's a model you just want to paint.
You do.
You just want to paint it.
It's just awesome. He's got that cool, like a detective kind of jacket, and then he has like that that skull
his classic
thing.
Black and white. The white skull. It's cool.
It's
cool.
Awesome. I like that. I really like Punisher. Again, stat-wise, he might not look that good, and I can agree with you there. You're probably thinking, wait, are you really serious about this? Well, hey, his abilities are really good. So I really like that. And just to say, it's also 4 2 symbol cards as well, which is pretty bad. 4 2 symbol cards is pretty bad. So anyway, we just went in depth with 2 characters, and let's continue with the ranking. All right, so today we have a cool ranking. There's a lot of new people that have even told me and have told a bunch of forums and stuff that they're new to the Marvel United game. They're new to this game. This nice easy game, and especially since the X-Men United Kickstarter that has came out, a lot of people have gotten more interested in backing up the original Marvel United stuff, the original Marvel United characters. And today, I was like, well, what are the top 3 best characters for beginners? That's what I thought, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So we have 3 characters each. We're gonna go from 3, 2, 1, and then so basically the whole point of this is just to get characters out there for those who are new to the game, and stuff like that. So just to warn you, I have 2 characters from the Guardians of the Galaxy expansion. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I do.
Okay.
So yes, so you know what? I'll start with my number 3, and then we'll go for your number 3. My number 3 is Groot. Groot is not really that complex at all. And Groot is a cool character. He has tons and tons and tons of abilities. He has the most abilities of any character out there in the game. And he's just super helpful, and he's very simple to play. it's not like these complex abilities like other characters do. Like, for example, Groot has I am Groot with a question mark. Move any hero to a location adjacent to them. He also has I am Groot exclamation mark, which says you and another hero deal 1 damage in your respective location. And he also has we are Groot. You and another hero draw 1 card. So Groot here, very all around character. His stats are very, very, very low. I mean, look at that. That's pretty bad. But his abilities is just what makes him fun. You know, when I played Marvel United and when I first played the expansions, Groot was one of my top characters at that time. He was one of my top characters, not that I played as, but just, or no, that I played as, but like also one of my first characters that I've ever played, expansion wise. And he never failed me once. He was just so cool playing with him. You know, the team wise, the team ability. Because Marvel United, we know this. Marvel United is a team game. And if you really want to get that feel of the team playing, Groot is that character. I don't know. I thought Groot is pretty cool. Again, very simple. I just really like it.
Yeah, for my number 3, I kind of want to stick a little bit of the core box. I think new players are probably playing core box quite a bit.
No,
so one of them, just to give people different flavors of the game. So my first one that I want to talk about was just Captain America. What I like about, for me, for new players, what's nice is when you can do a little bit of everything. You can move, you can hit, you get heroics, and Cap's abilities are easy too. So, he's got 4 move symbols, 5 hits, 7 heroics. So he can save people, he can do a little bit of hitting, and he can move a little bit. It's not great, but it's okay. But I really like his ability. It's something easy to do. Give a wild token from the pool to anybody, any hero, even yourself.
Yeah.
So you can give yourself those wilds. You can give them to people who might need them. Real easy, nothing hard there, nothing complicated. Just a simple character to learn from and use. So that was kind of my number 3 there was Captain America. Plus, who doesn't like Captain America?
Who does not like Captain America? Am I right?
So you're getting to play somebody who's a big piece of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that was my first one.
And compared, and that's such a great pick, because compared to all these characters that I have played, I've played every single character. Captain America is still probably in the top 10. He's just so awesome, and just all his stats are just great. They're all great. There's not really anything bad, and his ability is I just love it. I just like Captain America, and just that character is really good. For my number 2, I like Black Widow. I really do like Black Widow. The 4 moves, 7 hits, 4 heroics, 3 wilds. That's nice and decent, right? Lots of hits, but also could do pretty good on the moves, pretty good on the heroics. Am I right?
Yeah.
Plus the ability, this is a very common ability, and the more you play Marvel United, and the more you play other characters, you'll see this type of ability, which is look at the top card of the Master Plan deck. You may place it at the bottom. Looking at the Master Plan deck is very important. Looking at the future turn of the villain, knowing what's he gonna do, where's he gonna go, that's very important in the game. And for starters with Black Widow, it's very simple to do that, and you just get to learn that ability, and as well as Black Widow, right? Because Black Widow might not be as awesome as Captain America, but in the starter box, Black Widow's up there. She really is for me.
Yeah, she's a good character. Real easy, straightforward again. Ability, nothing wrong there. My second one of the 3 here is everybody's favorite big bad fat green guy, the Hulk. Right, the Hulk is just obviously in the comic books he's just all about doing damage, right? And that's why he's my number 1. He's got 5 move, so he can move, and he's got 7 hits, so he can hit. A couple of heroics, nothing major there. His ability, again, just talking to new players to me, straightforward, easy abilities to understand. He's got 3 abilities that are just one of them. Hulk Smash. All of them are the same. Deal 1 damage to everything in that location. So if you're a new player and you just want to jump somewhere and feel like you're hitting a bunch of stuff, clearing out a bunch of bad guys. You can just do damage, and you can focus. You're not worried about civvies and none of that stuff. Civilians. You're just doing damage. And for me, to a new player, if you like Hulk, which again, big character, MCU, doing the smash. His mini looks great.
Yes.
It's just, again, for new characters, you want to feel like you're doing something. You're cleaning the board. Hulk gives you that feeling.
Oh, he does. And that wasn't my first character I played in Marvel United, but it was probably my third, my third play. I loved Hulk. He was just amazing. I was Hulk. I played with Hulk per se, and he's just so fun. He's really just a great character in the core box. For my number one, I can't believe we're already at number one. Wow. Anyway, for my number one, I loved Iron Man. He's got that 4 moves, 6 hits, 5 heroics, 3 wilds. Very balanced, I would say. A good overall character. Maybe not the best, but he's a good overall character. I really like him. Now, this might be a little bit more complex than just one ability, but this really lets you get the feel of the game with Iron Man. For example, advanced combat analysis, distribute 2 hit tokens from the pool among any number of heroes. Getting that feel of team play with Iron Man, it's really nice. It's a good combination. He doesn't just distribute the 2 hit tokens. He even distributes 2 move tokens from the pool, and that is really amazing. And a cool power that was introduced to me, because this is the first character I played, and when we were playing Marvel United. This power was just amazing. I loved it. It was the power recharge, which says you may draw up to 3 cards in your hand. For a player in Marvel United, it's very important to know how many cards you have left in your hand. How am I going to get that back? And Iron Man can play an ability like that, and it's just, I don't know. I just really love Iron Man. Maybe because he was my first character I played with, or just because, I don't know. I just really like him.
Yeah, Iron Man's great. Fun character. Good to play. Different abilities, but they're all easy to understand, which is nice. And again, he's a good team player. I think he fits in with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
My last character, Ethan, that I want to talk about, and I'm trying to, balance wanting to talk about some obscure character that came in the Kickstarter box, but again, thinking about new people and characters, what they know. I like Thor. Thor, I think, is a great one, and my reason is Thor truly does a little bit of everything. He's got 6 moves, he's got 6 hits, he's got 4 heroics.
Yes.
So he can do a little saving, he can do a little moving. He definitely can hit. And again, just kind of, I guess, probably a theme that's coming back for me right now on a couple of these things is, his ability is he's got 3 ability cards that are all the same. Mjolnir, 3 hits to a single enemy in a location. So. Again, it's a new player can jump right in, really just play that Thor model. The models that Simon did in this game, you could almost do a podcast just talking about your favorite models and going through it. They're just so cool. But the Thor model looks beautiful. Again, big character in the MCU. You're trying to get a new player to play this game with you. Man, you can't go wrong with Thor, in my opinion. He can do a little bit of everything. He looks great on the table. Everybody knows Thor. That would be my suggestion there to get somebody into the game for sure.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? You gave me an idea there of
we'll have to do that.
We probably have to do a ranking of the best.
Our favorite models.
Models.
Kingpin's probably going to make an appearance on my list.
Oh,
I just like that.
I like that character.
We'll get into that.
Oh man. Time. Anyway, well, that was a good list. I really liked your list as well. I think that was really balanced, and we went through a few of the core box characters as well, which is really nice because the core box characters, a lot of people are like, we got all these expansions. We're more fancy.
Yeah, but when you're getting new players.
If you're getting new players, or even if
they know.
Yeah, or not just new players, but even players like myself and you, going back and playing as Iron Man and Captain America, they're still fantastic characters. They're not just some normal basic characters. They are, but they're just a lot better than what you would expect, and getting new people in, of course, is really amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me on today, Ethan. I appreciate that.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? It's actually not over, because we're going to do the part 2 later, sometime later, probably tomorrow, who knows. And my dad will come back and we'll be doing and shooting the second part, which is going to have 2 more subjects and segments and stuff. It's going to be really fun. But for now, this is Ross United. I am your host, Ethan, as well as
Rick.
And we hope you have a great day. Adios.